Hey entrepreneurs, one of the scary things about live streaming is making sure we say and do the things that we're supposed to while we're on air. And this can be really hard, especially if we're used to creating videos where we can edit things and check our script while we're going. So here's a little fun fact. Did you know you can actually create a script for your live stream? And you can do it without having to look off camera or having to look away or hold note cards. You can create a script and see it right on screen so that you know exactly where you are during your live stream. Well, in this continuation of our live stream hack series, we're actually going to be breaking down exactly how to do this. And we're going to be using one of my favorite tools ever, BeLive. You guys know I talk about them all the time, and this is because this is my #1 tool to use when I'm live streaming. In fact, it is like my #1 tool in my business, period. So here's the deal. When it comes to creating a script, I'm going to break down exactly how I do this inside of my businesses to achieve a really, really good live stream. So let me back up just a little bit. Before we get into the BeLive part of this, we actually have to sit down and create our script. And I typically do that inside of a Google Doc or a Word doc. And this is because I like to be able to see in a very clear list what points I am going to be able to say while I'm on screen. It also gives me a little bit of an easier time moving things around. So instead of creating it directly inside of BeLive, I'm doing it inside of a doc and then copy and pasting it into BeLive. And I will sit down and I will start off my script by talking about the title or the topic, the talking points that I'm going to be chatting about in the live stream. I'm going to make sure I've got my name in there, what I do. I have all my links in there, my social media, my website, all those fun, fabulous things. If I've got guest stars on, I've got their name and their information as well. And then I give a bullet point list of everything I'm going to be talking about. So if I'm doing fan quotes or if I'm doing questions, if I am doing a talking point, I'm going to list each and every one of those out, rearrange them in any way that I need to, and then I'm going to transcribe that over to BeLive. Now inside of BeLive, they actually have the agenda feature, which is the coolest thing ever. It's right on screen, and if you position it underneath your camera, you don't even look like you're looking away from your audience when you're talking about it. And inside of BeLive with their agenda, you have the ability to see the full list down the entire length of your page if it goes that long, and you can rearrange things if you need to, you can move things around, but then you can turn it on and off, and those words will show up on the main part of your screen, which is my favorite part because I can put in notes that I just see for myself, but I also have the ability to share them with people. So as I'm educating, as I'm teaching, as I'm speaking, I can put my topics on air. So if people are taking notes or if they're paying attention to what I'm doing, they know what I'm talking about or what point in the conversation I am at. Now, here's a little pro tip for you. If you do have something that you want to have in your list, in your agenda, in your script for your live stream, but you don't want people to be able to see that one, what I want you to do is use a little trick that I do. I usually preface those words by a little star, a little asterisk, or the number 8, or any number, any random thing that's going to differentiate it from the normal words. And as soon as I see that little asterisk, or I put the letter, or the number 8 there, or any number, I know for a fact that that is something I'm not showing to people, I just want to read from my own notes. Now, inside of BeLive, they do actually allow you to have notes on screen with your points that only you can see once you put that header up, but I kind of like doing it this way because I know that I'm saying something without showing it. It's just kind of a visual for me that I really like, and I do recommend that you use this as well because it kind of saves me from accidentally clicking on something or accidentally missing something as I am reading through my script. Now, here's another pro tip. Your agenda, your script is going to be a little bit different if you're working with a co-host or a guest who is teaching on your show as well. So when I do this on my talk show where I have co-hosts, I actually create a Google Doc, which I have off to the side of my screen. And inside of this Google Doc, I have everything I put inside of my BeLive agenda, that document that I worked on in the first place, only I label who's saying what. So if you take a look at the behind the scenes of one of my talk shows, I actually have all of my lines in one color, my co-host in another, and my third co-host in another color, so we know what it is. And then because we all have editing access to this Google Doc, as we are going through the live stream, if I'm speaking, one of my co-hosts will delete what I have just said so that it's out of the way. So we're always bumping it up to the top of our script, so we know who is speaking next and what they are saying. And then when my co-host is speaking, I'm able to take away anything that they've just said, so it's no longer in our Google Doc and we know where we're going next. Now, I still have this inside of my agenda, But inside of BeLive, only the host, the producer, the person controlling the dashboard is able to see the agenda, and your guests or your co-hosts are not able to see that, which is why this Google Doc is so essential. We always put it over to one side of our screen or the other, and then we can just glance over if we need to check on where we are, and then I, as the producer and the host and the person working the dashboard, am able to put those topics up on screen for the people viewing it. This sounds pretty good, right? Now, we're not quite done yet, but if this is helpful to you, I want you to hit the share button. Let people know that this is helpful and that they should be checking this out too, and hit the subscribe and notification bell because we're continuing our live streaming hack series. I have been getting so many comments from you guys saying you are inspired to go live. And this is so incredibly important because we know the algorithms favor live broadcasting over video, over text, over photos, over everything. Live streaming is important because people stop when they see you in real time and they wait to see if you actually mesh with what they're doing, if you will be valuable to them. And then if you are, they stay unless they have to go somewhere. They do not judge your video by how long it is because they don't know if they're here in real time. They will show up and they will stay for prolonged periods of time to support you because they're already involved in this conversation, and they're going to leave more comments because you're in real time, as opposed to a video where all they have to do is leave one at the end. Makes sense, right? So we know that live streaming is incredibly important, and when it comes to live streaming, you want to make sure you're able to speak directly to those people without stumbling, stuttering, or losing your place, and a script is the best way to do it. You guys already do it for creating your videos, so why not do it for live streaming as well? And BeLive is my favorite platform to have it right on screen for me so that I can put it up and customize my branding and show off things and have guests and all those fun fabulous things. You guys know I rave about BeLive, and I use this when I'm doing my live streaming so I don't lose my place. If you've seen my live streams, you know I can talk and talk and talk and make it seem like a really great conversation, but the truth is I would get lost. I would forget my place. I would not know where I was going if I did not have that agenda on my screen. And once you've done this and you've created your Google Doc or your Word doc, you've talked this over with your co-hosts if you have them, and you've done this, what I want you to do is practice, because it does take a minute for you to remember to go through your list, but then also add it to your screen for people who are following along. It does take a little practice just like with anything else, but this is going to make sure that your live stream is so much more understandable and so much more relatable, and it's going to make it easier to listen to from your viewer's perspective. So I highly recommend creating a script when you are doing your live streams. If you're loving these live stream hacks, jump into my comments and let me know. I want to hear from you. What are your questions on live stream? And remember, I have been telling you that I have something big planned for you. It's called Livestream Action Plan, and I am breaking down exactly how you can be doing one big, really important, massive live stream per month to grow your business in a profitable way, simply through one live stream that I'm giving you step by step, script for script, word for word, button for button, with support over at Livestream Action Plan. It's not open right now, but it is coming, and I am so excited. If you are watching this as this releases, it's coming in the next couple weeks. If you are watching this later on, it very well may be open. It's only open a couple of times per year, but oh, is it good? And I am bringing you so much great content and giving you a roadmap for doing these live streams. Even if you are the most terrified person on the face of the planet, breaking down exactly how you can easily and effectively be doing one big live stream in your business, plus giving you content and resources for doing other live streams on other platforms as well. You don't want to miss this one. I'm giving you more details in the next video, and also in the next video, more importantly, we're actually going to be talking about a really big question when it comes to